Thank you. Order. There are a number of petitions, colleagues, to be presented on home education, draft guidance and consultation, and I hope that it will be of assistance to the House if I set out how we shall proceed. John Howell will present his petition in the usual way and bring it to the clerk at the table, who will read out the title. Subsequent members should proceed directly to the petitions bag at the back of the chair. I shall call the next member immediately after the previous member has finished speaking. I am advised, so I hope that this is correct, some people may be doing this for the first time. The chair is your friendly assistant, here to help. I am advised that John Howell, Sir Oliver Heald, Laura Smith and Colleen Fletcher will read their petitions to the House in full. The Right Honourable Lady, the member for Chesham and Amersham, looks positively horror-struck at the prospective denial of her opportunity so to expatiate. I was going to say, and will, but I cannot be sure that things will turn out this way, that subsequent members should give a brief description, very good, of the number and location of the petitioners and state that the petition is in the same terms. I think it's fairly obvious why I intend to proceed in this way, so that we can avoid an excessively protracted experience. I call the Honourable Member for Henley, John Howell, to present his petition, to which I know the whip on duty will be listening most attentively and with intense interest. John Howell.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I wish to present a petition on the subject of home education. The petition reads, to the House of Commons, the petition of petitioners from the Henley constituency, and in addition, constituents of the member of South Derbyshire, and from the members for Beverley and Holderness, Bexley Heath and Crayford, Bournemouth East, Chingford and Wood Green, Coventry South, Devizes, Eastbourne, Gainsborough, Hampstead and Kilburn, Hereford and South Herefordshire, Holborn, St Pancras, Lichfield, Maidstone and the Weald, Meriden, Newark, Nuneaton, Reading West, Rochester and Stroud, Sevenoaks, South Swindon, Southampton Itchen, Staffordshire Moorlands, Stone, Tewkesbury, West Dorset, West Worcestershire, Wimbledon and Woking, to be included in the mass petition. The petition declares that the Home Education Call for Evidence and revised DfE guidance has been written following significant consultation with local authorities and no consultation whatsoever with the home education community, and further that it seeks to encourage local authorities to breach the Article 8 of the European Convention on Human Rights and the GDPR, and further that the report provides no accessible means for a parent to address ultra-vires behaviour by their local authorities. The petitioners therefore request the House of Commons to urge the Government to withdraw the draft guidance and the consultation until it has put in place an accessible and workable complaints procedure and further has consulted with home educating parents, as it has with local authorities, on what the contents should include, and the petitioners remain, etc., etc.
Yes, okay. It's sort of gone the long way.
Petition, home education, draft guidance and consultation.
Thank you. Petition, Sir Oliver Heald.
Mr. Speaker, the petition of residents of Letchworth Garden City shares the same concerns as have been explained by my honourable friend for Henley, and the petitioners therefore request the House of Commons urges the Government to withdraw the draft guidance and consultation until it has put in place an accessible and workable complaints procedure and further consulted with home educating parents, as it has with local authorities, what contents should include. The petitioners, 24 in number, remain, etc.
Smith.
Mr. Speaker, I am presenting this petition today on behalf of home educators in my constituency of Crewe and Nantwich who feel that there has been a failure to consult with them as stakeholders in the creation of the new guidelines going against government policies on consultation. The petitioners therefore request the House of Commons urges the government to withdraw the draft guidance and the consultation until it has put in place an accessible and workable complaints procedure and further has consulted with home educating parents, as it has with local authorities, what the content should include, and the petitioners remain, etc.
Colleen Fletcher.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to present a petition on behalf of Juliet, Larry and Gemma English and many others from right across my constituency of Coventry North East on home education. The petition relates to the signatories' concerns regarding the government's consultation on draft guidance on elective home education. The crux of their concerns relate to the government's failure to include the home education community in the consultation process, the lack of safeguards for parents who home educate their children, and the imposition of officious regulation on home educators. The petition states, the petitioners therefore request that the House of Commons urges the government to withdraw the draft guidance and the consultation until it has put in place an accessible and workable complaints procedure and further has consulted with home educating parents, as it has with local authorities, what the contents should include, and the petitioners remain, etc.
Thank you. Giles Watling.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to present the petition, Home Education Draft Guidance and Consultation. There are 42 signatures from the Clacton constituency, and I refer to my honourable friends who have declared earlier what this is about. The petitioners therefore request the House of Commons urges the government to withdraw the draft guidance and consultation until it has put in place accessible and workable complaints procedure and further has consulted with home educating parents, as it has with local authorities, what the content should include, and the petitioners remain, etc., etc.
Thank you. Dame Cheryl Gillan.
Mr. Speaker, it is with pleasure that I rise to present a petition of residents of Chesham and Amersham following in the footsteps of my honourable friend from Henley. Home educating parents play a very important role in our education system, and they deserve to be consulted, and they deserve to have an input into home education, which is so important right across this United Kingdom. So it is with pleasure that I present a petition in the same words on behalf of the residents of Chesham and Amersham as the Honourable Member for Henley.
Thank you. Very brief oration from a distinguished dame. Craig McKinley.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to present a petition in very similar terms regarding home education, draft guidance and consultation. I present it on behalf of my constituents of South Thanet, and I have a petition signed by 75 people with similar concerns about local authorities and consultation, and the petitioners therefore request the House of Commons and that urges the government to withdraw the draft guidance and the consultation until it has put in place an accessible and workable complaints procedure, and further has consulted with home educating parents, as it has with local authorities, what the content should include, and the petitioners remain.
Thank you. Order. We come now to the adjournment, the whip to move.
I make to move that this House do